Look at those pretty girls. They're my girls. Look at that pretty sky. I only wish that this sky wasn't happening at like 4 p.m. So, you're on a walk with me and the dog. I'm going to try to hold the phone steady, but no guarantees. So if you get motion sick, just listen instead of watching. But there's a great view. It's pretty nice. Wish we didn't live right next to a highway though. So, today I wanted to do another one of my little chatty videos because I haven't done one in a while, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately for obvious reasons. If you're not in the US and you have somehow not figured out that we are having a super duper important election right the fuck now, that's what's happening. And it makes me think a lot about leadership, because I have long accepted about myself that I am not really a leader. I don't like to be a leader. Like, I can do it, and I'm not even bad at it. But I don't like to do it. And I am fine being a follower, but with a very clear distinction here that I am picky about who I follow. And if you are not a good leader, I will not respect you and I will not follow you. You can't make me. So what do I think a good leader is? For me, some people might disagree. A lot of people think that being a good leader is about being forceful. It's about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being aggressive or physically imposing. Like, you are a leader if you can take over. If you are able to take over, you are a leader. But I think there's a lot more to leadership for me than that. Like, I'm not interested in following the loudest voice in the room. I'm interested in following the wisest voice in the room most of the time. But leadership for me is about respecting the little guy, because I am the little guy. I'm a cleaner. You don't get much more lowly than me. And so if you are my leader and you cannot respect me because I'm beneath you, then you are not a good leader. If you're going to treat me like crap because I clean your toilet, crap because I clean the toilet. Anyway, if you're going to treat me badly, why is my phone out of focus? Because I clean your toilet, I don't know why the phone's out of focus, then you're not going to get a clean toilet anymore. You can see how you enjoy that. Bad leader. A leader for me is somebody who cares about their people more than they care about themselves. A leader has to be a servant, essentially. A leader has to sacrifice. You have to have a servant's mind to be a good leader, in my opinion. Because the job of a leader is to serve the people, to sacrifice for the people. It's not to be the richest or the fanciest or the showiest. It is to do everything you can to make your people's lives better and easier. And I prefer a leader who leads from the front, who's down in the trenches, who is willing to get dirty and experience the things that their people are experiencing, who wants to listen to what those people have to say, even if I am but a lowly peasant. A leader who has experienced some shit themselves. I'm just thinking about, in the summer, I went to a rally that was a Pride for Black Lives march. And there was a beautiful black trans woman who was leading our section of the march in our chants. It was a very large march, so we had different sections, and she was leading our section. And first of all, she was walking the whole route, and it was a long route, in high heels, which, first of all, is like super badass, because I'm good at walking in high heels, but I could not have walked that route the way that she did. So first of all, she's badass for that reason. I really wish that my phone would focus, but it has decided, well, there we go. It was like, no, you don't need to focus. It's fine. You don't need to see the beautiful scenery, the beautiful sunset. Anyway, so she was leading us walking in high heels, looking like a total goddess. And also, I could respect her much more as a leader because she was possibly one of the most endangered people there. If the cops had descended on us by virtue of the fact that she was black, by virtue of the fact that she was trans, she was in the most danger. But she was down there and she was the middle and she was leading all of us. And that's what I would much rather follow her any day of the week than a leader who stands up somewhere out of the fray, stands safely, gets all the best of everything because, oh, they're the leader. They should have the best. And I'm like, no, they shouldn't. And they shouldn't want the best of everything if they were a real leader, in my opinion. They should want to experience what their people are experiencing and be down in the fray with their people as much as possible, listening to what everybody has to say and keeping morale up and keeping everybody going strong. So this whole speech sounded way better in my head, of course. You know, when you're thinking about what you're going to say and you're like, oh man, it's going to sound so awesome. But I would much rather have a leader who's down feeding the poor by hand themselves than one who's aspirational. Because a lot of people like a leader that's aspirational, somebody they hope they could be, somebody rich, somebody powerful. I'm like, maybe I want a leader who's aspirational too. My aspirations are just a little bit different. And that's not to sound like, oh, I'm better than you because my aspirations aren't to be rich and powerful. I wouldn't mind being rich. That would be nice, actually. But I also don't have a lot of aspirations to be powerful. And as a leader, I would like to be down with everybody, experiencing everything, and not back in some fancy tower watching over. But that's just me. And that's what I like in a leader. Different people like different things. What do you like in a leader? What do you hope for in your leadership? And that could be anything from a boss to the President of the United States. What are you looking for in a leader if you must be led? And what qualities do you bring to the table if you have to be a leader? Do you want to be a leader? Is that a goal of yours? Do you like it? I don't, but I told you that already. I'm just kind of dragging this out because the scenery here is really pretty and I'm just enjoying it. We're not going to go across that dog. I don't have the boots for that right now. Come on. So yeah, everybody, I hope everyone is surviving okay out there. Look for the leaders who are helpers, who care about you, and don't get blinded by all the flash and the pomp and the ceremony. Don't get blinded by the rich and the spoiled, and look for people who actually give a fuck about you. That's my advice. Wherever you can, not just in presidential elections, but everywhere in your life, look for people who specifically, if they met you on the street, would remember your name, would ask about your family. Because that's the kind of leader I would hope for. All right, I have talked for way too long. We're already headed back. Of course, the dog wants to stop every 2 seconds and sniff. We're already headed back, though. So thanks for listening, guys. Bye.